live streaming on Facebook right now.
All right, Luke. Woo! No laughing. No laughing.
No smiling too?
No laughing.
No smiling too?
Will said that
I'm just saying.
Okay, my short pick is DNA evidence. But before we start, do you know the full meaning of DNA? Like the full word of DNA? Anybody knows?
DMN? No,
DNA.
Okay.
Give the pencil.
Does anybody know the meaning of DNA? Full
Yeah, I
words.
know.
Is it deoxyribonucleic acid?
God damn it.
He said,
Leonard!
Jesus.
Leonard!
Look at just killed my whole thing.
You preferred something. That's very nice.
No, that wasn't me. That was Logan.
Just say it was you.
Just roll with it.
That guy. He doesn't have pencil. Be like, I'm sorry, I spent all night here preparing for this presentation.
Of course. Yeah, pretty much. But does anybody know what DNA evidence means?
DNA evidence?
Like, pretty much like a definition of it.
No. Explain.
Well, DNA evidence is one of the reliable forms in criminal cases. It's encoded in our like DNA pretty much, and then they can also collect it from blood, skin cells, hair, saliva, stuff like that. You can solve a lot of cases with that, but what I'm trying to the main point here is solving a rape thingy, like a rape kit. Do you know what a rape kit is? Like pretty much people who have been in my junior class humanities, we watched this movie called I Am Evidence, and then we watched of how like people got raped and then they never got justice, like they never got wait, can you like say justice? Because nobody looked at their rape kit, because nobody ever cared about it. Like they just put them all those rape kits in this big warehouse, and there is like sometimes where it rained and those rape kits were like destroyed, and it was really sad because those people never got accounted for. It's like they just got forgotten about. It's like nobody cared about them, and it's not cool pretty much. I mean I know about it. I mean, I don't know if you guys know about it, because we should actually not like just sit by and then just like let it slide, like let it get pushed under the rug. Nobody not caring about it. Like we should be what is it called? Like we should stand up for those guys who could stand up for themselves. I mean, imagine if you got raped. It's like an example. it's an example. Imagine how would you feel in a community when you get out of when you go outside and then you're with other people and then you feel like self-conscious. That's what you could like. You feel like you're not better than any other. You feel afraid every single time that this is gonna happen to you again. And that person is still out there, it hurts you a lot. And we should care about this, because some people, their lives are really ruined because of this. Like if you get raped, I mean, in my country, if you get raped, they'll be like, oh God, this person, like you should make him like or her get out of the community, because this is a disgrace to the family. I mean, pretty much all this stuff happens to all over the whole world, and nobody notices about it, and we should not let this slide. This is not cool. That's what I think. Yeah, so that's why I decided to write about this topic. Any questions?
Questions for Luke? Yes, Eric.
And are you gonna focus on specifically rape cases?
for your grady
It's not like
DNA
pretty much-
evidence? Because what you've been talking about is only about that. Talking about like ways to solve cases and everything, or you're just focusing on the rape.
What I'm trying to say here is that, I mean, when you get raped, they do a DNA testing, right? And then they just make this rape kit, right? And then, but again, and then they tell you, come back, we're gonna give you the result the next day. It's like pretty much how they say it, like. But sometimes that's not how it happens. So what I'm trying to say here is that people should like really know why in the movie they talk about how like the people never got justice for, like what I explained it at the first thing, right? But this why it affects me is because sometimes people's lives are ruined, and then they don't have this is how like suicide rate increases pretty much. I mean, if you get raped, you feel like you are alone in it because nobody's helping you. The police hasn't even looked at your rape kit, and you feel really bad, and then you feel like you're nothing in the world anymore because that feeling stays with you the whole time, and then you feel like you're tired of your life or something like that. I'm trying to stop this thing of like where when they make a rape kit, they should look at it and not ignore it because people should know those people that did all the stuff should go behind bars. That's what I think. Any questions? Yes.
Sarah.
I have two questions. One, are there any experiences or stories that encourage you to like write about rape?
Well, I know some in Africa. There is not in Africa. Not trying to do it like that. But in Rwanda there is a lot, and that's why I'm kind of encouraged because nobody's doing anything about it, and every person is just like standing by, looking at it happen, and yeah, you see, and people start wanting revenge, and start killing each other. Conflict starts, stuff like that, and then yeah, that's why I'm kind of encouraged to write about this topic.
My second question would be how you gonna connect DNA evidence and
Rape kit?
yeah.
Oh, so the connection here is that, like what I was telling Eric, pretty much when you get raped, they have to do a DNA testing so that they can find the person who violated you, pretty much, who sexually violated you. Which means that sometimes in Rwanda we don't have all that kind of stuff. Like we don't do DNA testing. DNA testing is kind of like pretty much on this type of level, and in Rwanda we don't kind of have that kind of technology to do that. And I think that at least if some people know how to, like, if that person get raped, at least we should stand up for that person. I mean, in Rwanda, I understand, but here sometimes when they do the DNA testing, they just throw it away. Nobody cares about it. Like in America, there is some like some rape kits that got destroyed, never got looked at, and sometimes when they put them in this big warehouse, and then rain came, those rape kits got destroyed because it hasn't been looked at like for 5 years. Like in Evidence, they show all those details if you want to look at that movie. And what I'm trying to say is that we shouldn't ignore it because this is a big deal for some people, and we shouldn't say that we should sit down and not care about it because some lives are getting destroyed because of that. Any questions?
Any other questions for Luke? Emma is next.